Shipwreck graveyards have been removed from the Legends of the Vale as September the 1st changes take place. Alrighty, so here we are on the Season 7 release notes page of today's update. So let's look at the highlights of these release notes. Starting off in the Pirate Emporium, we obviously have foxes have been added. Now, not just that, there's obviously the new ship set, the Mandrake stuff, but something quite interesting is, believe it or not, in the Plunder Pass, there's also the Baleful Bloom costume emote. Now, this is called the Torch Twister emote, and it wasn't intended to be there, right? It wasn't intended to be part of the costume. There was another emote that was meant to be there, and so they've now added that and got rid of the Torch Twister emote, and then that can now be bought separately, which is good because it's quite a sick emote. However, players that had already had the Baleful Bloom costume before the change have the emote added to their inventory in case they'd like to use it, which is very nice. Now we have some stuff that's actually been enabled here. Captains of Adventure, there's new Captain Stash Voyages. So it says basically these are a new type of Captain Voyage, and they'll give everyone a range of items and crates that will prove useful to anyone out there on the Sea of Thieves. We have a chance to find resource crates, firebomb crates, alloy crates, gunpowder barrels, tridents, ashen wind skulls, and even emergent voyages. We also have some previously disabled milestones that have now been enabled, and these include completing quest boards, discovering captain's ships, selling items to the Hunter's Call, ransacking sea forts, which I'm really glad about because I've done so many of them, so it's nice that they'll finally be being tracked, and performing essential ship maintenance, which I presume will mean things like putting fire out maybe, or nudging trinkets even. In fact, if it's including nudging trinkets, that'll be easy to complete. Also a bug fix for Skeletons Vanquished. Basically players were progressing it far quicker than intended, and it says it's now been reset, so I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean the whole thing's been just back at zero? If so, they're going to receive a bit of backlash from that. We obviously have some Twitch drops, but then we also have some updates as well. Starting off with Hitreg, they say that networking improvements have been made to the location and timing of player shots, providing a small improvement to hit registration for ranged weapons when firing at players on islands. Really happy to see them actively working on this. Obviously Hitreg has been an issue since launch, and so it's nice that we are seeing consistent updates and that Rare are actually looking into it. Then another update with the sunken merfolk statues. Basically, when you retrieve loot from a siren shrine or treasury, the merfolk will appear closer than it previously did. They've also made a change to pigs. Apparently it'll take a little while longer before becoming hungry, and the time before these hungry pigs subsequently perish has also been increased, so I guess that's nice. There's also an absolute ton of fixed issues in captaincy. Some of the highlights of these include the Voyage store. That's now been completely fixed, so you can actively discard things. It doesn't say anything about overbuying voyages. It seems you can still buy infinite voyages, so that's a bit weird, and I'm not sure about using voyages up after you've voted on them if they go away now. Have to see about that. There's also made some improvements to equipping ship banners, that when a new one's equipped, they'll play the second you get out and not while you're in, and that when you sink on a captain's ship and then it becomes captained again, that makes zero sense. When you sink on a non-captained ship and then the ship sink, not even that. When you set sail on a captain's ship and then that captain's ship sinks without the captain, so the captain's left, then it'll correctly change everything. There we go, got it out in the end. And then we also have the correct sails applied to the ship will now be displayed in the ship's log menu. That really annoyed me. I don't know why that triggered some OCD that I did not know I had within me. Just seeing white sails really annoying. They also changed that players will no longer be able to delete items that are placed inside collector's chests while holding another captain's logbook. That's nice, I guess. I mean, that was obviously... It was a funny issue. I mean, I'm surprised no one got banned from it, to be honest, but it was a certainly funny issue. People boarding... Seeing loads of clips of people boarding boats with the enemy captain's logbook and then just, well, causing things to disappear. But anyway... We also had some updates to mermaids, how they spawn near the Sovereign tent. Not much too more to say about captaincy. It doesn't look like. They've changed some Athena's fortune stuff with the commissions. They're now counting towards commendations. With the Legend of the Vale, it's now actually counting towards the Athena commendation. It's sad it wasn't before, but oh well. Something interesting is that Sovereign Barnaby's dialogue has been updated to use the intended text. I've spoken to him multiple times, and I don't see an issue with him. He seems perfectly fine, so Unsure what that was, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to look at it in game. They've also added some sound effects when we place, remove, nudge or straighten trinkets in ships and taverns. That's a nice little effect. But then we also have some milestone updates. Basically, a bunch of issues have been fixed with milestones progressing unintendedly when multiple crew members are in the same session. In fact, I did notice I did the Dark Brethren tale with a friend to complete his Pirate's Life commendation because he somehow hasn't done that yet. And I got 2. So that was a bit weird. I got 2 on my Tall Tales completed, so that was obviously a bit weird. But yeah, they've all updated them so they now all update correctly. It's sad that some of them weren't counting before, some were counting too much, but at least now they're fixed, better late than ever. They've also had some new environment changes, such as players will no longer be able to walk up the walls of some of the Ghost Garrison during the Legend of the Veil voyage. Very nice with that. And just lots of different fixes for the environment. There's one thing though which is pretty funny. Players will no longer be able to get through the doors of the Coral Fortress while using a rowboat with a harpoon. If you've done that, please let me know in the comments below. A, why? B, how'd it go? And C, you're a legend. Anyways, yeah, we move on to visual and audio. Not too much here, there's just been some stuff with some just cosmetic stuff. Most notably, during the Sunken Portal Tale, stones in the Siren Shrine will no longer change shape and level of detail when seen at a distance. There's also some changes to the Forgotten Temple's ship crest leaves, they'll now move more dynamically. Then there's a bunch of accessibility stuff, a bunch of user interface stuff. This is actually something that's been present for a while. Players on the Arena Battle record will no longer find that swapping between the Sea Dogs and the Hunter's Call commendations causes incorrect commendation summary to be shown. That is very nice. There's been some text and localization issues, and I'm sorry to announce that a once notoriously quick skeleton captain can no longer be found appearing on islands across the Sea of Thieves, thanks to his monkeyer unintentionally contravening the new naming filter introduced with captaincy. Well, if you're wondering what his name was, it was Captain Quick and Dickon. So, you know, make your mind up about that, I guess. Anyways, performance and stability. There's been some stability updates, that's pretty nice, I guess. They're always introducing stuff like that, very nice. However, they have said improved server stability to reduce scenarios where crews are removed from a game session. Basically, we're not going to get kicked no more. That's nice, because it's been pretty gosh darn annoying. When I can tell you a story here. I was doing a ghost ship voyage, and we're on the boss wave, and think about this. The whole armada of ships is coming towards us. We're about to enter fire. They're about to both ships are about to come on our broadside because we're staying right into the middle of it because why not? And then we hear we'll boot back to the main menu. And then, guess what happened when we got back in? We sunk. What a surprise. So that's nice. I'm sure you guys have had similar experiences. It's good that that's been solved. Not sold, that's been fixed. But here we go. Now, this is what you all clicked on the video for. Legend of the Veil Shipwreck Graveyards temporarily disabled. Following reports of server instability and potential economy impact, crews taking on a Legend of the Veil voyage will temporarily no longer find themselves directed to a shipwreck graveyard as part of their voyage. The team are working on a resolution and intend to return this experience in a future update. Yeah, I'm not going to say much about that. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. If you don't know, you can probably look it up easily. But I can't really say much about that. But it's sad. It is sad they've had to be removed. It's annoying, but they've said they're working on a fix for it, and that they'll be returning it in a future update. So that does mean you'll only get SUDS modules and Shipwreck Graveyard. They've disabled that. SUDS modules and Ghost Haunted Island modules, making the voyage theoretically quicker. But if you haven't got the commendation for Shipwreck Graveyards yet, it's sad, but you can't do that for now. Hopefully they will return it ASAP. A little while to wait, but they're working on a fix. That's the main thing. Then saved ship customization is not persisting. Captains may find that saved customizations such as ship liveries and decorations do not always persist between sessions. You don't say. Really hoping they fix this soon. It's terrible. It's really bad. It's a big issue. still reduce server performance. Players may experience scenarios where they encounter ping spikes at random while playing, resulting in rubber banding or client stutters. While improvements have most recently been made in update 2.5.3, the team continue to work further on improvements for future updates. And obviously Hitreg is still there. And there we go, that is the entire release notes. There's some quite juicy stuff in there, but obviously the main thing being the Legend of the Veil, Shipwreck graveyards being, temporarily disabled. But anyways, that obviously covers everything, so thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please do consider leaving a like, it really helps the channel out an absolute ton. And let me know what you think of us down in the comments below, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Thieves news as and when it comes out. And while you're at it, why not hit the bell as well? But anyways, apart from all that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.